Intentions are huge. Intentions are everything. Intentions reflect what sort of heart space that you're in when you make a decision, when you act on something. What are your intentions, man? I think it's really important to consistently assess what our intentions are all of the time. Especially if growing more deeply in emotional intelligence is something that's important to you, you have to constantly be aware of yourself. You have to constantly ask yourself, what is my motivation for this? Does that come from a space of love? Am I doing something that I know is reflecting the type of person that I want to be, or am I doing something that's reflecting the type of person that I'm trying to grow out of? Pay attention to what motivates you. Understand why you do everything that you do. In that reflection, if you cannot justify that thing that you're doing with love, then it's probably not coming from a good heart space. Knowing what your intentions are, knowing the type of energy that you are purposefully putting out into the environment around you and how you're treating the people around you, the type of creativity that you are producing for the world. It's like we're these artists, and our life is this piece of work, this piece of art that we're creating. And how we move and how we do things, our personal style, our personal philosophies, our personal whatever, like everything that we do in life is like this creative expression of ourselves. And you have to ask yourself, well, what is the intention behind this work that I'm creating? The only way you are ever going to be successful in increasing your emotional intelligence is by paying attention to everything that you're doing. Pay attention. Why? Why am I doing that? Does that serve me? Is that in my highest good? In doing what I'm about to do, is that promoting the person that I'm trying to become? Or is it promoting the person that I'm trying to get away from? It's like this constant growth process. And everything that you do is either going to reflect this new higher self, this new higher state of being, or everything old. And people who are not on the journey don't look at their lives like that. They just move and go through the day, go through their life, and they don't truly understand why things are happening. And then they kind of they have these issues that they can't successfully work through because they're not paying attention. And when you're not paying attention, you're not understanding the bigger picture. You're not giving yourself space to sort of zoom out and see, why is this happening? Why do these things keep happening in my life? Why does it seem like I keep attracting these types of situations or these types of people? If you don't sit back and look at it and ask yourself, what is it that I can do differently? What decisions have I made in the past? And what were the motivators for those decisions that brought me these things? And if you can't take the time to do that inner work and figure those things out, then you'll never be able to move past those things, and you'll never be able to grow. And the thing about those issues, every issue that we have reflects our own personal little hurdles that we need to overcome in this lifetime in order to be our higher self. Some people come here to learn forgiveness, and so they are constantly dealing with issues where they have to forgive people. And if they're constantly not doing that, or they're constantly hanging on to the things that happen to them and they don't learn to forgive, then they're not being true to their life path and their life purpose of growing out of that and coming into a higher understanding of that concept. And that's what it's all about, coming into a higher understanding of these different things. So if you can see a pattern in your life and it's something that you want to change, it indicates a level of weakness or a level of healing. And it's nothing that, is personal that we've done. It is something that we've come here to overcome. And if you cannot sit down and understand your motivation for everything that you do and understand the intentions that you put in behind the things that you do, then you will not be able to successfully assess those situations and grow in that. I am a person who does not like a lot of complication. I like it simple, easy, straight to the point. So when I sat down with myself and really thought about, like, what do I want my motivations to be? What do I want my intentions to be? How do I want to operate through life? I couldn't think of anything deeper than love. I couldn't break that down anymore. If I do everything with love, with the intention to be loving, that's really straightforward, you know. That's really all there is. And that's what I've dedicated myself to, you know, like, am I being loving in this? By loving, I mean kind, honest, humble, helpful. Am I letting things go that I would typically have reacted negatively to? So if you're looking for a really easy way to set an intention to live your life, if you want something simple to be your motivator, make it love. You will never go wrong with love. Love is the answer for everything. And we know that that's something that everybody's heard before. Love is the answer. Love is the answer. And it's easy to hear and to accept, but it is challenging to implement all of the time. Sometimes it is frustrating to stand in love when you're angry, stand in love when you are impatient, stand in love when you are frustrated and depressed or whatever. If you can make love your motivator for everything, if you can set an intention to just live every moment of your life in a state of love, you're onto something that's going to catapult you into a whole new level of a life experience. I think the best intention that you could ever make for yourself is to say, whatever I do, I intend to apply love to it. Do whatever you want to do, but just apply love to it. Unconditional love. You'll discover a lot of things about yourself that way. You will discover that perhaps you have tendencies that you didn't even realize you had because you weren't paying attention. And now that you are paying attention to why you are doing things, it will make it more clear to you where you may have been not seeing something in yourself that was causing an issue that you didn't even realize was the problem. I don't know, you definitely just learn a lot about yourself, and it will help you more quickly identify where you need to grow. Whenever we feel negative emotions, that is an indicator, a red flag that the universe is showing us where we need to adjust our mental space, where we need to adjust our heart space, where we need to heal something. If we're mean to certain people, what is it that's triggering that? Why? What is the intention behind that? You know, what is it about them that triggers us? And then we can shift our heart space into something more healthy so that we can be happier people and more loving people. What is it about your life that sort of makes you depressed? You know, it's showing you where you need to start loving yourself more and doing something different that will help you feel better about the things that are going on in your life, and how you're using your energy and your time to create a life that you want to live. So if you're someone who wants to be on that journey of self-discovery, if you want to know yourself more deeply, if you want to have a higher level of emotional intelligence, and you've dedicated yourself to have that intention of love, if that's something that you've decided to do for yourself, get a gratitude journal. To have a gratitude journal is a powerful tool in the law of attraction. You gotta know how to use it though. It's not just about being thankful for the things that are already physically manifested in your reality. It's about being thankful for the things that are not yet here that you want to attract to yourself. For me, like I use gratitude journals as a form of prayer to the universe. And there's a right way to pray and there's a wrong way to pray. It's like if you're praying like you're someone who's suffering, please help me do this and please help me, and I need this. That is an ineffective prayer or an ineffective order to place to the universe. A more powerful way to be intentional and to be grateful and attract things that you're grateful for in your life is to give thanks for what is not yet here that you would like to see a physical manifestation of. So what you would do instead is say, thank you for the patience that I need to get through this day. Thank you for always bringing me exactly what I need in perfect timing. Pay attention to yourself and know your motivations. Know what your intentions are. And if they're not good intentions, make new intentions. That's the only way you're going to get anywhere. It's like goal setting. If you don't make any goals, you don't have any sort of trajectory. You don't really know where it is you're trying to get to, and so it's going to be a much less effective process for you, and it'll be frustrating and confusing and discouraging, and you most likely won't be successful. Setting the intention of love for yourself will only assist in, faster personal growth and development, deeper healing, a deeper understanding of where you need to heal and how to do that, a better understanding of just the human condition in general. It changes you. It changes you in a very profound way that it brings you more peace, and it brings you more joy, and brings you more stability inside of yourself, more confidence, more of life in a meaningful way, not more in this a superficial way, but more in a meaningful way.